So next to leg day, obviously, shoulders are my favorite day. I normally start off my shoulders doing battle ropes. And I normally do around 10 to 30, I say 10 reps of 30-second increments of battle ropes, and that really gets me nice pre-pump. And then I go into moving into some shoulder presses and some flies and some rear delts. So a lot of times what I really love to do is really high volume training. So if I do a tri-set, which is my favorite thing to do, which is your front delts, your rear delts, and your lateral raises all at once. So it's 15, 15, 15, 45 reps, and then you just keep going, and then it's just one of those amazing feelings that you have that you never want to go through again until you master it. Okay, this is my favorite exercise that not a lot of people do. I call it the 180s. And normally you try to do it with a little bit lighter weight if you're not used to being able to do things over your head and full. So what you're doing is coming out full, facing your hands, palms down, and coming up. So full 180. Doing a rear delt fly from a row position is going to hit those really hard, and I do it in a position where I'm sitting back, but I'm doing it like I'm doing a front double bicep, so it's more like and hold, oops, here, and hold, and you can see it's going to ignite those rear delt. So one of the things I've learned doing working out my quads was from a video that Bob Ciccarello did for Bodybuilding.com. And he talked about not overloading your knees doing leg extensions. So it's just basically to warm them up. So this is what I do for quads. I don't do a lot of heavy weight. I don't go over 100 pounds doing any leg extensions. I just want to warm them up just so they can feel good. I'm old. So it's just like one of those things, you have to warm these babies up before you really start hitting it. And so what I do, one of the things you have to do that really a lot of people don't, is make sure that you keep your feet and your toes going to point up to the sky nice and flat, so you can feel that coming all the way up and coming all the way down. And you don't cheat it. So what's the point of working out if you're going to cheat it, right? So I'm just warming up my knees, making it feel like I got some oil. With leg press, a lot of people do with leg press, of course they're trying to hit their hamstrings and their glutes. But to hit your quads, you have to come a lot closer down, right? So feet lower, you're gonna hit your quads. Feet higher, you're gonna hit your glutes and your hamstrings. So you wanna make sure I'm coming out. I really wanna make sure that and this one is not really gonna work for that, because it's kind of giving you it's not really giving you that. It's like a different type of thing, but you can still feel it. It's not giving you that really full weight on your quads, but you feel it in your pretty complete full leg. So another thing I like to do is isolation exercises. It really just does help out the fullness of your quads and making sure that you keep your legs strong. A lot of times you really do want to, I like it a little bit more of a stretch, but just in case you really want to hit that front. You really want to just make sure you just push. Get a good isolation, and you're feeling it. Feeling it on my outer sweep. You want to get a press. And what I do, a lot of times when I'm warming up, I warm up with the leg extensions. I warm up with maybe like a machine leg press. I really don't like them, but it's a good warm up to get the knees ready for some really heavy training. A little foo-foo, but it's good. So you switch, making sure your foot is placed the right way, and you just keep going. What I noticed that if you don't do isolations, you really end up having a lopsided feel to your strength. You need to know exactly what each body part is capable of doing by itself. A lot of times when I train legs, I do always do a lot of high volume. I don't, because I'm old, I don't try to do a lot of heavy weight. I don't go over 405 with squats, and I don't go over 1,000 pounds with leg press. But those days I do, oh my goodness, I'm eating like a cow. But now I know I have the size and the definition that I want in my legs. I don't have to worry about building too much. I just can't help it at this point. It's like I do legs 2 to 3 times a week, depending on the season. Instead of having a sissy squat machine or having to worry about too much, this is also a way to really get a nice focus on your quad area. If you don't have a sissy squat machine, this is perfect. What you're gonna do, if you can lay down, you can sit down like this, feet back. I learned this from the prehab guys. And then what you're just gonna do is you're just gonna try to lean as much forward, lean as far as back, and then let it lift. Let you lift up and come. And honestly, this is harder to do than a sissy squat to me. See that? Just come down, try to keep back, and come up. You see that? Oh. 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 Ow. Burns. Ooh. If you thought these comments were super helpful and you thought that this video was the bomb, please comment down on Max the Muscle Report.